This is 807, so y'all, this is what you'd get right after you send, or what you'd have right after I send you back the boundary. So anyway, first we're going to go to annotate line and curve, existing bearing and distance, and we'll do curve data. And let me reset this. I'm sorry, start working on this. All right, I'm going to annotate all my lot lines. As such, and that. And I'm going to analyze, survey, map check. This won't already exist. We're going to, like I said, survey, analyze tab, survey, map check, and now. So what we just did was annotated our bearings and distances for our lines. Now we want to get a closure report. To do so, you follow those steps. Come here and click the globe. Type CR for closure report. You have to name the report. So, really whatever's fine, CR. And then you pick point of beginning. Doesn't super matter, but it's good practice to figure out where it would be if you were to write meets and bounds. Generally, meets and bounds, you don't want to start at a set rod. You want to start on a found rod at your property, and the multiple rules for this one. If it was meets and bounds, we would start here. From there, the command will keep on going, but since I interrupted it, I'll click this to continue, and then you click on all the annotations that came after your lot line. And you can see it's a little messed up. So this first one, it doesn't follow the curve. In order to get that to follow the curve, you'll go counterclockwise. This one, again, doesn't follow the curve, but not because it's bowing the wrong way. It's because it's going the wrong chord distance or the chord direction. So we'll go to the curve that it represents, side 4, and reverse the direction, and check if it is bowing the correct way. And it is. It seems a little off. Okay, there we go. And this goes back to my point of beginning just fine. So now I'll go to, this is the input tab, or the output tab, click copy, which is just the clipboard right here, and then go to your job folder, create a new text document, name it closure report or CR. Come in here, Control V to paste it. You can save it, copy the square area, go to open up the browser. Go to the square area converter. Got your acreage. This is 8413. 1 rounds down, so this is still 8413. We're lot and block, so we'll copy this in here. Point 8, 4-1. Lot 12, block 1. And now that we're done with our closure report, we're gonna start fixing our labels. So this is we want to label curves with curve tables. That's going to go in clockwise direction. So this one would not be curve 1. We'd like this one to be curve 1. And then we want the curves on our property to be first, and then we label a joiner. So this would be 2, and then 3. So I'm going to click them in the order that I want them to be. I'm going to right click, edit label style, existing curve data, tag, and then I'll put them in the, I don't know why it skipped 3. What the heck? Yeah. What the heck? I labeled this one twice. Okay, because it messed up. You go to while in the line and curve, you can click table tag numbering, reset the counter, want to restart at 1 again. So this time, since I'm gonna create it as I click on it, I'll just put it on tag mode itself and go 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now we need to label our record. So I'll select similar, on my labels. And well, normally this isn't here. So, and you don't do that. We'll copy our record block, put it above, explode it, or I guess not. Select similar on our labels, select the block and isolate. Now we can explode the block. I'm going to explode type X center to explode these objects, and just the non-tags. So if it says C1 or L1, that's a tag. These are regular annotations, and I'm going to explode these so I have access to this, edit this. I'm going to keep in mind which one all of these represent, in case you don't remember. Looks like that. So I know that this line is for this one, this line is for this one, this line is for that one. But I don't like it being all crowded. So I'm going to come in here, double click on the edit this, select the edit this and hit Control F. Come to the object and type O, select, click the green box. I'm going to select the angle, okay, Control F again, the object here, length. I'm going to Control A, Control C, click off, come in here, Control A, Control V, double click on the field. Now I want to use this object, hit OK, this object. And I want to, it resets it to angle every time, so I want to put it back on length. Okay. And one more time, let's just show how fast it can be instead of just typing it or something. There you go. After you've got it all, explode it again to have access to the actual text. I'm going to replace the D in there with the % D. What my mouse is doing there instead is just coming over here, typing % D. Replaces the D with the degree symbol. Well, now I can put in my record data for my curves. I go to my curve label data, go to record curve data, click add for that, and that in the same order that these went for their corresponding curves. Now I have all the data in there. I'll go to annotate, add label, figure, curve to start adding curve tables. So I'm going to scroll to the field curve table, and the field curve table is created using the existing curve data. Which I guess I couldn't label that field at some point. Then I'll hit enter to do the command again, but this time I'm going to select record curve, and this one is going to go record curve data. Paste it under it. I'm going to make sure that all of this is in order. All of these are in order. I remember from my plat that all of these curves do not have any of the extraneous, any of the special data. This doesn't have chord and delta and all that, neither does this, nor does this. So I'm going to replace them all with dashes over, which represent these three. Copy from this, paste it on top. And now we have curve 1, 2, and 3 with their corresponding, and no record data where there is no record data. Take all of this, slap it in there, just kind of for now. Turn this off so it's pretty. And we're still dealing with our monuments. You can see that our monumentation still has labels on the points themselves. I'm going to go over here, type layem cur to make this label text my current layer. Go to annotate multi-leader. And right now I'm labeling the type of monument that it is. This is a yellow cap. I'm going to put yellow cap on there. None of these have significant. Oh, this does. Capped ACES. That's what FIRC means, is capped. So it's going to be capped. Actually, I'm not going to be capped. I'm going to put aces. Who doesn't like aces? All right. I'm going to go to my point groups. I'm going to update it right now. This is to see that all of my A 5/8 inch iron rod. Oh, this one. I don't care about that one. So I'm going to select all. I'm going to make sure that this actually does select all the monumentation that I'm showing. This is a set rod, so I put that symbol in there. I'm going to hit Control-1, put the properties, and take the point label description to no display so that it doesn't display any of those ugly words anymore. Now I think we're done. I'm going to flip this and make sure that my chord is going northwest. Curve to it is not. So I'm going to reverse it. Now it's going northwest because otherwise, that's why it's always going the wrong way when we initially got it. And curve 3 we want going northwest also. Okay, now we have all of this labeled correctly. Next thing we're going to do is label our joiners. So we'll pull up our plat again. This is lot 11. This is lot 13. We'll need CAD for what's behind us. I'll go ahead and ask questions if I have any. Shoot. We're in block 1. Block 1. Yeah, we're block 1. We're in Bear County. Now we have, what does our plat show us behind us? A drainage right of way and utility easement. It looks right. Yeah, drainage right of way and utility easement. Oh, but it's on it's in a different plat. Okay, let's just pull up this information. Plat 47. Okay. Okay, let's look at the plat. It says it's in. Damn, does this thing exist? Maybe it's on this plat. It says it's Crimpin subdivision. Is this the Crimpin subdivision? Feather Ridge. Am I Crimpin? No. Smith subdivision. Crimpin subdivision. Is drainage right of way is its own freaking subdivision? To the right of us. Nope. I don't care enough. All right, this is we're just gonna go off the plat for this one since we can't actually find anything. Normally we want to verify what's going on in the back. I did my best, can't find anything. But that doesn't mean it's okay to just slap whatever the plat says on there. Drainage right of way and utility easement per that document. So I'll say, we'll put this on the screen so I can. I'm gonna put those in my legend now. Deed and plat records, Bear County, Texas. Was that object took up 2 lines and gave it, that much space. So I put it in between. Instead of it being here, I moved it up a half. And now there's 1.5 spaces in between it. Now 1.5 spaces between the next one. All right, there's a rear joiner. Now we label our street. And double check and do a thorough check that this isn't a private street. I see no lot number. Oh, this subdivision is Crimpin subdivision. And see nothing about lots in the streets. Oh, is there a CPS easement? Yeah, so this right here. This right here is a CPS easement. It usually means that it's the street is a public right of way. Pretty safe to assume that. We see that on the plat. So Crimpin Ave. Is a 60-foot right of way. Say per plat. Labeled all our joiners. Now we're going to dimension building and fences. So the closest where the building is to that, which doesn't actually happen. So we're going from the corner then to here. And the closest that the building gets. .6 versus 9.9. Throw this one on the back since it is close enough. It's good enough for me. Now we've got a fence that rides our property really well. Back to make sure it's 0.3 so we don't show 0.3 and under. Okay, and we've dimensioned. Oh, we didn't. Oh yeah, we did. Okay. Okay, dimension everything, and now we're going to label our improvements. I always grab these 3 and then, or these couple ones, and then just edit it. This is a curb. Native road. We have a conch drive. Conch walk. I think there's a conch walk here. Touring it. This here. I really can't tell what the heck is going on with these pictures. So I have it drawn up the way he has it in his sketch. But he doesn't give me. That set conch walk right here. And there's the curb. Well, I guess this could go further. Just do like that. Whatever, this is fine. What's going on the side of the building? That's just grass. Here, conch ramp, covered concrete, and a conch lit. I guess this isn't covered concrete. But that is actually. We have a conch clip here. Of course, now that we are abbreviating concrete, we need to concrete in our labels. And concrete island. Oh, wait, let's put it down. Conch steps. Got another concrete curb here in the back. And a weird thing over here, you can see it here. These, we're going to call these mist curbs. We'll put like that. Good for me. Oh, there's a manhole there. Sanitary storm sewer, probably storm. Storm sewer doesn't mean anything. I think it gets much better than that, right? All right. Label our joiners, draw applicable restrictions. We have none because this is a property survey, no title. See how good we are. It's freaking terrible. Okay. We have no title. This is GPS. This is in our correct South Central zone. So these are the most applicable. If it was not, you would change it from South Central to Central and 4204 to 4203. Changes 50 scale. Just go through and finish all the notes. Buyer owner comes from the vesting deed. Guarantees Alaskan partners or Alaskan. Property survey. Any chance we can? Wonder if we can. Nice. Because this doesn't have the same format as this. I'm gonna match it to what was already there and Control Shift U to uppercase it. Now this property that we surveyed is just lot 12, not all this junk. And we'll make it 2 lines, with the top being bigger. Set our layer to 0. Go find a good representative picture. Really isn't one. Good enough, I guess. Paste it in our drawing, 807. Field work, small. What I just did was I resized it, so the 3 dots, resize, and you have to make sure you're in whatever app this is, Windows Photo Viewer. Windows Photos. So the 3 dots resize to small. And then, it doesn't really matter what you name it. I name it small. Now we go and open it up, hit Control C, go to Paint. I don't know why this thing isn't pinned to my taskbar yet. While in Paint, you hit Control V, Control C again. Home, paste, special. Okay. Paste it at the bottom left corner and resize it to fit inside that box. It generally looks like this. Sometimes it's even thinner. Doesn't really matter. Just do your best. Can move this out of the way of everything. I'd like it in the corner. If the corners can't, try the best to get it in a corner somehow, but it's not always going to happen. I'll check FEMA. Verify that it is actually our lot. That is actually our lot. Let's creep in. Drainage right. Yeah, I was going to say. Pay attention to stuff like that. Didn't look like there was anything going on, but it was obviously just loading, especially given the fact that there was a drainage right away right here. Like, we know that there's going to be some FEMA. at least a C. Though this doesn't get close to us really at all. So it's not worth worrying about. Well, I guess y'all could let me know. You know what? Yeah, scratch that. I, as a new person, don't know if that's in my thing or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this out as best as I can. 48029C 0280F. Effective date. Sorry, I'm pulling from this number. It's my first one. This is my second one. I'm going to pull from the most recent thing. 9/10 revision date of. Nick, you know how to do all this, right? Muted.
I did it like once, I think.
Okay.
Once or twice.
All right. So if you think you're safe, you're not in the FEMA, you can leave this X and is not. But if you're not sure about any of this, just leave this highlighted. Don't don't do this next step and change it to by layer. You would just leave it red so that I would see that and I can go verify, because that is kind of a big deal. But if we're nowhere near that stuff, then just, you know, you can leave it. We're gonna go to builder trend, double check our job to make sure that it is I think it's 2110 now, yeah. 2110 10807. Luno did this job, so that'd be LG. Jason, if Jason did the job, would be JSL. Blake did the job, it'd be CBH. If Isaiah did it, it'd be OIR. Luno did this job October 12th. Tron, J, and C. Okay, filled it out. We're going to go put our legend in. Make sure that we have everything in our legend. Looks like it. We don't have fences or overhead electric. I think that's a wood fence over here. What is a chain link fence? That's good. All right, jobs just came in just in time because it's almost done. Put this in here. Now we're gonna select all of our our property lines and curves, and our joiner lines and curves. We don't have any joiner lines, but that one. And then display order sent to back. We have our table inside. Now we can go in here and do a print preview. Check our LT scale. This line isn't going the right, well, whatever, I'll print it. Now we can check it. Being serious, y'all let me know if y'all see anything. Like we're genuinely checking this job that's about to get turned in. This looks like crap right here. It's conch walk. Also, the concrete is above the monument. So we did send the monuments. I mean, we sent the property lines and joiners to the back, but we need to actually bring the monuments to the front. This line is going, because this line has text in it, we need to make sure that this text is actually facing the correct way, being right or down. This is facing that way, which is more up than down. So we need to reverse that. checking northeast that all of this is going clockwise. We verified that was and that one in the curve. We pull this away from that thing a little bit just to clear it out of the line of text. We can point these guy wires better to that power pole. It's good other than that. Let's come here. Select all our monumentation. Display order, bring the front. Let's shrink this by 0.9 and see how that gives us. It's generally the most you want to shrink stuff for annotative purposes. Let's do that, and then. Oh, why is it going to the printing that way? This corner to the actual building itself. Okay. I really don't like that, but there isn't really a better way to do that. This doesn't happen a lot. We can move this away from the power pole. We need to reverse this to make it go the right way. So we're going to modify. We're going to edit geometry, and very, very top right one is reverse. And select it and click on this line. And now it just made it from going this way to go that way. And I did the overhead electric line on purpose. Yeah, for exactly this reason. All of this was a polyline, but this wasn't connected, so I didn't have to change all of them. If you draw every one of them individually, you have to reverse every one of them individually. Select my guy wires here. Let's rotate them a little bit more. I had them at 15. Let's put it at 25. Those are pointed to power pole a lot better, so I like that. We have power pole. We don't have power pole or guy wires in our legend. This is for exactly this reason. This is a very important part of actually finishing the job, is to check it. Like, look at how much stuff I thought I was done. I would get very used to the commands like this and how to move stuff around as you want it to. All right, there's that. We'll close the PDF so we can rewrite it. Look, another overhead electric. Man, I suck. You don't suck if you do that. Only me. Damn, the jobs are pouring in. All right, last one. Cockwalk. They can complain about that if they want. You put a concrete label here, just so it's clear that this is also concrete, and a curb label here. And then we're done. What did I say? Concrete and curb? Okay. All right, and then print this off, call it good. I'm going to now save this and then Control Shift S. I do this because I'm gonna actually turn it in. Y'all just leave it as is. In fact, yeah, actually I can turn it in now. With that, since I might not know how. Go to copy PDF. Now we just upload stuff from here. Add documents, upload, select everything that's in the copy PDF folder, paste it in there. Well, not everything. The actual finished job in here. Sometimes you'll have red lines and the various iterations. We just want to turn in the final product, which would be the PDF itself and the closure report. If it was a meets and bounds, be the PDF, closure report, and the meets and bounds document. Sometimes if you have more than just the, if your FEMA is in a special, I'll call them back. If your FEMA is actually active, and like you're using, you have to pull data, you can upload that data too. You won't know what that looks like for a while, but I'll show you eventually. But there'll be another folder in here. Just upload that folder in the FEMA folder. We're uploading a sketch to the FEMA, to the fieldwork, because everything else should already be in there. Nothing in invoice, nothing in old job. If there was something in there, we'd upload that too. PDFs, we didn't download any extra PDFs, and there's nothing in the title, so there's nothing left to upload. Now I'm going to go tell Jacob in Teams chat, Jacob 10807 done. And there we go. All right, I'm turning this in, and I got to get back to work.